So obviously Black Friday and Cyber Monday all just came up and passed. Did you do any shopping?
Cyber Monday, no. Black Friday, I kind of did. I got my dad some AirPods because he's been begging for new headphones while he goes on his walks, and he does every night. So
New ones, old ones, or what gen? I don't remember. There's like Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, I think.
The newest one, because I was like, you know what, let me just pay up, and I got him a discount, so I was like, whatever, I'll take advantage of that, and I bought myself some pair as well.
Wow. Wait, don't you have a pair?
Yeah, they're not the greatest when it comes to answering calls from people. I've noticed the call.
Oh, yeah, we've had that issue.
Yeah, the volume goes away, and it's just a pain in the butt for me, at least.
I understand that. So far, so good for mine. I'm okay with it. I hope it stays that way.
What?
What are you pointing at? I was just curious.
I was just pointing at the sound frequency. I feel like I'm low.
Oh. Well, okay. I mean, there you go.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. I don't know.
Welcome back to another episode of Dimes on Duval. He's Mike Yaji. I'm Keith Manzi. No Skyler Chase tonight, but yeah. Oh, I didn't even talk about my Black Friday.
Oh yeah. What'd you do Black Friday?
I bought an office chair, dude.
This one
doesn't recline
that's not
anymore.
The one. Okay, that definitely is old.
Yeah, this one's like starting to peel and it's kind of broken.
I wonder who broke it.
Yeah, I wonder who did. She doesn't listen anyway, so yeah.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, thanks, Alyssa. Loyal non-listener. That's okay.
I was hoping she listens and she just texts us.
No, she does not. But that's okay. I'll forgive her. She doesn't care about sports, and I'm okay with that, because if I need to tell her anything, I'll tell her. But yeah, I bought a chair. I bought some new underwear, because who doesn't need underwear, right? You know. And I bought, what was the other thing I bought? Oh, I bought some like compression like pants. I don't know what you call them. Like you know
joggers?
How basketball players look like they're wearing tights sometimes?
Yeah.
It looks like those.
Compression shorts. I'd say compression shorts.
But they're like pants. You know, they go all the way down to like my ankle.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess compression pants works.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, I'm getting all that. And I bought a new wallet.
Nice.
I actually got quite a haul. I got Scott's Christmas present too.
What'd you get him?
Oh, we can't talk about that on the air.
Damn it. I tried Scott.
Scott's a loyal listener, so we can't talk about that.
I tried Scott.
You almost had me for like half a second. Dude, obviously, hope you had a happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you.
We were obviously out for the last week. We wanted to enjoy some time with our families and such, but during that time span, our good old Jags decided to lose twice. You're just shaking your head because, yeah, I know the feeling. I get it. It sucks, man. It sucks. This season sucks.
I mean, to be fair, looking back, we probably should not have expected 7 wins, 8 wins, 9 wins, whatever our season prediction was preseason. I wish we wrote that down because I don't remember what we predicted.
I have it somewhere. I've kept all the flashcards from when we've done our predictions and stuff for each show, so I'll find it and come back with it. But I'm pretty sure you had 1 less win than me, and Skyler had like 2 more wins than me.
So I was the lowest, which is about right.
I think you had 6 wins. I was 7.
I'm shocked I even had 6 wins, but
we didn't know.
Either way, looking back, this season has been an unmitigated disaster. Although we have 1 more win than last year, you can make a valid argument that this team is worse than last year's. Granted, some is due to injury. I'm not discounting the injuries that we've had, with DJ Chark being gone for the year, Brandon Linder and James O'Shaughnessy coming back this past week against the Falcons.
A bunch of other little injuries here and there.
Especially on the defensive side of the ball. Mm-hmm. It's just frustrating, and it's due to coaching. And I personally do think that if we had Doug Marrone as our head coach, we would have probably 4 wins, maybe 5 wins right now.
Now, Doug Marrone with his staff or Doug Marrone with this staff?
Doug Marrone with his staff the last few years.
Interesting.
Big reason, granted, the receiver room is not great, but Keenan McCardell did a hell of a job with the receivers last few years. He made us think that DJ Chark and Laviska Shenault were actually something good. Laviska Shenault is complete garbage. I'm over him. DJ Chark, again, unluckily broke his ankle, out for the year. It sucks. But Keenan made it seem like these guys were actually legitimate number 1 and number 2 options for us. And that was part of the reason why we're all hyped up about this offense coming into the year. And yet, Darrell Bevel, Brian Schottenheimer, and Urban Meyer, all offensive gurus, quote-unquote.
Oh, Urban has no say in anything, though. Don't forget.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't micromanage.
He doesn't micromanage anything.
So I'm going to go off on Urban in a second for that. But
Mike's Mad Minute.
Oh, it's a mad minute, yeah, because I was heated during the game when James Robinson got benched. But I'll go over that in a second.
Oh, yeah.
But those 3 offensive gurus, or their specialties offense, this offense has looked like complete dog crap the last month and a half. It's bad enough where I felt so comfortable before a game. I placed a wager on the Jaguars under 22.5 points.
Oh, my gosh.
I regret not putting up more because even when the Jags scored 14 points, I had no doubt they were going to screw it up because the offense cannot get the ball moving.
You can't do that without your star running back in the game, and you can't do that when Scott and I were noticing. We watched the game together. They were only catching passes that weren't at their hands. Every pass, I swear, that was caught was either above, behind, down low. They had to reach for each catch, and they were great catches.
Marvin Jones' catch was incredible.
Jones had that was number 2 on SportsCenter.
Yeah,
it was a great catch.
It was an incredible catch.
And that Tavon Austin touchdown was a really nice catch too. But again, is that a ball you really throw to a 5'10" receiver? Typically, no. But that's where Treadwell needs to come in and be that body since we got rid of Colin Johnson. I mean,
but that's the sad part. We're relying on an NFL reject.
Exactly. We're relying on all rejects.
Yeah, it's bad. It's terrible. The offense is a joke. But as we were talking about taking our best player out, James Robinson.
Jeez.
When James Robinson had his first career fumble, which and you pointed out to me on Twitter that he did not have a fumble rushing, but it was a reception, which is fine.
It was like 5, I think, he's had total, and they're all on receptions.
Either way.
Whatever.
His first fumble. Why in the hell is Urban Meyer benching James Robinson for a drive?
Oh, but he wasn't. He doesn't micromanage. That was on the offense of coordinators.
Darrell Bevel, then he should be fired for that because that was inexcusable. Because
Absolutely.
In my opinion, and I got an argument with my cousin John about this. We were at the game together watching it.
All right, John, we'll see if I'm going to take your side or not. Let's see. Go ahead, Mike.
He thinks that if a player fumbles, you bench him. Player drops a pass, you bench him for like a possession, a few plays, whatever. And I argued, we are not in college football. These are not 18, 19-year-olds. These are 24, 25, 26-year-old grown men that deserve to get another shot at it. His argument was that Bill Belichick and Bruce Arians, 2 great coaches in the NFL, do that with their running backs. I said, James Robinson is better than Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevenson in New England.
Name like one good running back for New England in the past 20 years.
Corey Dillon, maybe, but that's besides the point.
A get.
And Fred Taylor, but Fred Taylor was done. Anyway,
don't even.
I know. But his other argument was that Bruce Arians does the same thing in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's running backs are, as we all know, Leonard Fournette and Ronald Jones. However, Ronald Jones in his career had a fumbling issue. Fournette. There's an argument to be made about Fournette and James Robinson being on the same level, but here's the reason why I think James Robinson is better. Leonard Fournette got cut 2 years ago in Jacksonville in favor of James Robinson. The team clearly saw something with James Robinson, and they were right. The last staff, that is. I personally think Urban Meyer, Darrell Bevel, Brian Schottenheimer, whoever is in charge of this offense, has a vendetta against James Robinson. Because that is inexcusable to me, where a 24 or however old James Robinson is, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago, the best player on our offense.
Yep.
It's inexcusable that he gets benched for a drive. And in fact, it was actually more than a drive because the next drive after that,
he was in for one play, I believe.
He was out quickly. I think they asked him, he was out for 16 plays. Why in the hell is our best player out for 16 plays? I'll never understand.
Yeah, John, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to agree with Mike on this one. I don't care that those coaches do it. It's not college football. He's the best player on this terrible, terrible offense. There was no reason he should be on the sideline ever. And also with it being his, quote, first fumble, why would you punish a guy after his first time doing something? It just doesn't make sense. The coaching is inept. Everything is just a dumpster fire.
My biggest frustration
I don't
with,
wanna talk about the draft, but
my biggest frustration with Urban Meyer is that he is clearly in over his head. It's showing.
Oh yeah.
I'm so tired of Urban looking down on the ground, his hands over his knees after a bad play by the offense or an incomplete pass.
Oh, he's got 3 looks. He's got hands on the hips, he's got arms crossed, and he's got hands on his knees. Those are his 3 looks.
It's embarrassing. It's really bad for the Jaguars. And to be honest, I really don't know how Shad Khan is wanting this product. Then again, he may not give a crap about football. He just wants the money, which it's sad because it's looking like it's the truth with Shad Khan. It's all a money grab for him.
You know what's really interesting? That again, I'm keep bringing up our loyal listener Scott Manzi. He brought up the other day. Last time the Jags were good, 2017, Tony Khan was still a part of the team, helping out with some of the decision making and stuff like that.
He's too busy with AEW and Fulham.
Fulham, now which has his main focus with AEW, is about to be promoted back to the Premier League again. Tony has something going for him. Shad just cares about the money, I think. And it sucks because it'd be nice to have Tony have a stake in a thing or two, to maybe bring back some of that. I'm not going to call it glory, but winning maybe a couple more than 2 games.
So one thing I will give Tony Khan some credit with is that he, I believe, from my understanding from just looking at previous videos and interviews that he's had, he handles the drafting in terms of the undrafted free agents. He hit a gem last year along with the staff in James Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
Now this year, I don't really know of any undrafted free agents that are really showing up.
Was there? I don't really think. Who cares?
Doesn't matter. Anyway,
yeah. This team's terrible anyway.
But he also found some other players. So, hell, he found Keelan Cole.
Yeah.
Like, this team has they had talent previously, and Urban Meyer, by the way, let him go. Let Keelan Cole go and not re-sign him.
I remember.
And he's in New York now. I mean, granted, he's not starting for them because New York has a bunch of young receivers, but still. That's a receiver we could have used. They just cut John Brown the other day after signing him 3 weeks ago.
I think he had 3 targets and no receptions.
Or something like that.
Maybe he had a catch. I don't know.
But my thing is, we keep signing these NFL rejects, and someone said at the game on Sunday when the Treadwell caught a ball or a pass was intended for him, someone said Treadwell, the first round pick from like 6 years ago. I was like, yep.
Mm-hmm.
NFL rejects. It's embarrassing to the Jaguars. I'm sorry, not embarrassing to the Jaguars. It's embarrassing to the Jaguars fans and the city that we have this product on the field every fucking Sunday. And we're about to get embarrassed by the Rams this upcoming Sunday, in my opinion.
You said the Bears?
The Rams.
Oh, I was like, not the Bears. Okay.
No, I definitely. If I said Bears, then I don't know. But
I'm looking at free agents for 2022 and the receivers.
Chris Godwin, Allen Robinson,
A-Rob, Chris Godwin, Devontae Adams,
no
Will
chance.
Fuller.
Unfortunately, no chance for Devontae Adams.
Oh yeah, Jamison Crowder, T.Y. Hilton.
Hilton's
Juju,
about to retire.
Emmanuel Sanders, A.J. Green, Keelan Cole. Oh, Keelan Cole.
Yeah, well,
Sammy Watkins, Mike Williams.
This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna sign Mike. We're not gonna sign Mike Williams.
No, we're gonna sign. Let me scroll down. We're gonna sign Alshon Jeffrey.
Oh God,
he's at the very bottom. Auden Tate. Here we go.
I would not be mad about that because Auden Tate, I think,
yeah,
is not getting the chance he deserves.
We're gonna sign Olamide Zaccheaus
from the Falcons.
Terrible receiver. Terrible.
We don't have much better.
Nah, I think he might be worse.
I don't know about worse than Chenault. We'll see. But my thing is the Jaguars have a bunch of needs. It's clear.
Absolutely.
Receiver may not be number one.
Protection or
pass rush.
Well, that's where you go and get homeboy from Michigan, right?
Give me Kayvon Thibodeau over for everyone.
The Oregon guy?
Yeah.
Oh, the Michigan guy's breaking records. I don't remember his name, though.
I can't remember his name.
He's like the best defensive lineman
I know
in
Harbaugh
Michigan
thinks
history.
he should be number one, but of course he's going to say that about his own player.
Hey, who cares? But right now, we're the 3rd pick. Those 2 guys will most likely be there.
One of them will be.
One of them will definitely be there. And I think you have to jump on that.
Either that or take one of those Ohio State receivers. But my point is, pass rush I think is a big need, one of the biggest needs we've had because I don't know if you saw that sack, the first sack I think we got on Matt Ryan. That man was back there for about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
No, it felt like 10 seconds. And I was like, and we finally got to him. I was like, really? How does it take this long to get to a quarterback? Sack. It's like great on the DBs, but man, that was embarrassing for the Jags. Yeah. But there's just so many needs for this team. And I personally hope to God Urban Meyer does not come back to Jacksonville next year as the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Notre Dame.
I'm not getting my hopes up, but one can pray. I'm hoping I wake up tomorrow morning, Urban Meyer's resigning as coach of the Jaguars.
That would be amazing. One quick note, though. I know we're not talking draft, but...
Oh, it's draft season, by the way. If everyone thinks the Jags have a chance, I have a waterfront property in Nebraska I can sell you because that's not happening. And he
is a realtor.
I am a realtor, yes. But it is draft season, so start looking at mock drafts, everyone, because this season's toast.
Early second round, George Pickens.
Let's just see how he plays the next 3 games, I'm sorry. Because he's coming off an ACL tear,
exactly.
I believe, right? Exactly.
So people aren't going to be high on him. I think he could be a steal. I don't know. We'll get into that more. We've got a lot of draft talk probably coming right around the horizon because this team stinks. But obviously, just a quick recap. Yes, we lose 30-10 to the San Francisco 49ers. Only have one drive in the first quarter, which resulted in a 3-and-out, which was just brutally bad. I was there. That was the first game I've been to this season. Really unfortunate, especially going with Alyssa's cousins who are cousin and uncle who are 49ers fans. But yeah, T-Law did not look good, only in garbage time. Turned it around the next week in Atlanta, or at home against Atlanta. Still not a great game, but he finally had a passing touchdown for the first time in a while, like I mentioned earlier, to Tavon Austin. Threw a pick.
That pick was also questionable because I personally, in the stands, thought it was offsides.
Stupid call. So we were in the bar. We couldn't really hear. But they called it because he threw his arm back.
Because one of the receivers did, right? I think it was one of the receivers, yeah.
Yeah. He wasn't off the line. He was just throwing his arm back, and they called
yeah, it's
whatever.
One of those ticky-tack fouls, which it's tough because I think Dante Fowler was the one who got this.
But it seems like the Jags always get the ticky-tacky fouls called on them.
To be fair, because we stink when we're good, we don't get those calls.
San Francisco didn't get a penalty until like the fourth quarter. Atlanta had, maybe 2 penalties? Let's see real quick. Recap or stats. That's what I need. To penalties. Okay, they ended up having 5.
They had a few at the end of the game.
Yeah, but it was at the end, and we had 6 for 43, so it wasn't that bad. But just, I don't know, man.
It felt like it was a lot.
I'm just tired of being stressed about how bad this team is. You know, people are like, oh, let's place a bet. Brandon, my buddy Brandon, tries, hey, man, why don't you take this bet? Jaguars minus 6.5 or whatever. And I was like,
plus 6.5.
Plus 6.5. And I'm like, hell no. Hell no. Why would I ever think that the Magic, oh, man, I'm getting my 2 bad teams mixed up. That the Jags would cover that. No, I don't know.
I personally thought I know we put our score predictions on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, but I personally
thought we need to stop being nice.
I personally thought the Falcons were going to win by 20, and they honestly should have, because we look like an embarrassing NFL franchise. And I thank goodness we don't play the Lions, because I really do think the Lions could beat the Jaguars.
I think they would. I think they would too. Well, we got the Rams coming up, as you said earlier, in LA, right?
Yeah, yep.
In LA.
4:05 kickoff.
Freaking A, man. Oh, man, the Packers got flexed at that time, too.
We got flexed from 4:25 to 4:05.
Oh, one last note. Just sprinkle salt on the wound, why don't you, with Dan Arnold basically being out for the year. Sprained MCL. Great to have Oshak Hennessy back right now, but still just, there goes your number 1 target. Whoopee. Anyway. College football?
Do we have to bring that game up?
We don't have to. I mean, it's just you and me.
Might as well, because, I mean, Florida beat Florida State this past Saturday in the rivalry game.
No. Word it correctly.
Florida escapes?
Florida State lost to Florida.
An argument can be made for the same thing for the Gators, because Emory Jones almost threw the game away.
Emory Jones was trash.
Yes, he was.
Correction. Every part of that game was trash.
That is correct.
It was an awful game. I had a friend that was there who's a Florida State fan. Amongst all these Gator fans, they're all just sitting there, and they're like, this is terrible. I'm so sorry you have to be here. They weren't even trash-talking each other. They were just literally talking about how bad the product on the field was for both parties.
Yeah, no, it was It was an ugly game. Both offenses stink. And granted, the offense looked a lot better with Anthony Richardson in for the Gators. But my goodness, what the hell has happened to the state of Florida in football? In college football?
I don't know. I think it's just like this pack of like recruits have just like been average, dipped, and then the coaching is just like
they've dipped. They've gone to Alabama. They've gone to Clemson. They've gone to Georgia. They've gone to even Ole Miss. They've gone to another school in the mid southeast, LSU, and they won the national championship. It's getting absurd.
Yeah.
But now
it's sad. We've lost the state. Is it weird that it almost seems like Florida State has the brightest future right now?
They do.
Like looking at last season, right now, like off season, let's say like right before the season started this year,
Florida had the brightest future.
Florida was sky high, and then they fired Dan Mullen.
And I've told some of my Gator friends, I said Florida missed their chance to put Florida State and Miami into the ground.
Oh yeah, they could have dug the grave, and they dug the grave. They just didn't seal it.
Yeah, they didn't seal it because when Florida State won the national championship back in 2013, Jimbo was building up a recruiting class and dominated the state of Florida for a few years. Granted, it was a few years.
Sure, yeah.
But, man, Florida State's best season, ironically, was perfect timing with Florida's worst season. 4-8, and Florida State won a national championship.
To be a 4-8.
I mean, we can't really talk. We're 5-7.
Hey,
so
that was a great song, though.
It was, but
people still give Hicken crap for that on Twitter.
But my thing is, Florida missed their chance. Now they've got to start all over with the hiring of Billy Napier as head coach from University of Louisiana, because I know they rebranded.
No, they're Louisiana Lafayette. The state of Louisiana is pissed about that, so don't give them that satisfaction.
Wait,
they
coined
rebranded
it
themselves.
Yeah.
Well, they coined it themselves, but they're not.
The University.
They are still a subsidiary, just like all the Louisiana Monroe. All of those are all the same like groupings, but they just claim to be. Oh well, we're the University of Louisiana when they're not.
I could care less.
It's a dick move, but obviously we don't live in Louisiana, so it doesn't really matter to us.
All I know is that the Raging Cajuns, as anyone may recognize just by the logo, and by the logo I mean the words because that's their logo. But I mean, coaching in college football, I've learned you can't really say it's a great hire or not. You've got to give the coach 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
Unless there's complete ineptitude, like what Florida State had with Willie Taggart, what some other schools have had with their coaches, what, for example, LSU had at Orgeron. Granted, Orgeron did have that one magical season with one of the greatest teams ever assembled, but he was a moron in LSU. Yeah. Willie was a moron in Tallahassee. Yep. It's just like, and really Miami had a dumbass in Al Golden too. Like there are just you got to give coaches 3 to 4 years. Granted, now everything seems back to normal, at least in certain states with college football recruiting. No more restrictions in terms of COVID, at least in Florida.
Yeah,
and that may be a big plus for the Florida schools.
Well, here's the thing. Napier has a 39-12 overall head coaching record. Cool, fine and dandy. But he's 42. He's seasoned. He's been all around. He's been to Clemson, Alabama, Florida State. LOL, not really. Arizona State
for a cup of coffee.
A cup of coffee. Yeah. And, Florida State, it wasn't even a cup of coffee. He just
he poured the cup. He poured the cup, didn't drink it.
He put the cup down, and that was it. But yeah, if you don't know, he was hired under Jimbo, and he was supposed to be the tight ends and recruiting coordinator. But less than a month later, Saban took him back to Tuscaloosa, so he missed out on a national championship. So
yeah, but he got plenty with Alabama.
You know what? He can lick a ball sack. Anyway, what's really interesting to me is that he was the offensive coordinator at Clemson, 2009, 2010.
That was when Clemson was not good, from what I remember.
That season, they went, I have it right here, 6-7, losing their bowl game to USF in the Meineke Car Care Bowl. The next season, under new offensive coordinator Chad Morris, they went 10-4. Granted, they got waxed by West Virginia in the Orange Bowl. But a 10-4 season right off the bat, and then that started Clemson's
Yeah, I remember
quote-unquote
Dabo.
greatness.
I remember Dabo was on the hot seat at Clemson because his team was not performing well.
Yeah.
But as for Billy Napier, I think he can recruit.
Sure,
My
the
issue
Louisiana
is-
area.
That's the thing. Louisiana area, granted, he may need that in Florida. They need some athletes. Granted, now he's got to recruit the state of Florida, which is a recruiting hotbed across the country. So
And
we'll see.
we've already started.
We're on the right path.
See. We're on the right path.
Florida is on pretty much from ground zero because
They're
Dan
where
Mullen
we are
didn't.
when we got rid of Willie. They're
Yes,
I mean,
and Dan
they're probably
Mullen
better
didn't
than we are,
recruit
but
for crap while he was in Gainesville. He didn't care about recruiting, and it
I
honestly
don't
looks
think he
like
was good at it.
it set the program back. And we'll see with Napier. I mean, you think he can recruit? We'll see if he can coach like Mullen did. Mullen was a great coach. X's and O's guy, great guy. He had a Heisman finalist or Heisman Trophy candidate in Kyle Trask last year. He looked good with Trask. We'll see what he does this year. He's got to maybe develop Richardson. If not, bring his own quarterback in.
I was gonna say, you think Richardson stays?
He'll probably give him a shot. It's worth a shot. Stay in Florida, earn the job because Emory's gone clearly. So, I think.
For Gator fans all around, good riddance. I mean,
Yeah, he was bad.
I'm so sorry. I mean, I know what you feel like. I mean, Florida State's had their run of the pack, bad quarterbacks too, but
Since
like
Jameis.
sheesh.
Anyway, in regards
Clint
to Napier.
Trickett. Oy.
Ay.
Sorry, I'll keep going on your.
I was going to say
side.
Sean McGuire, DeAndre
Oh,
Francois. Like, that just gets worse and worse.
Oh man.
Everett Golson for a transfer. Anyway, besides the point, we're not going to Tallahassee quarterbacks in Florida State. We're not doing that. But for Napier, I think it's an okay hire. And it's honestly, you can't say anything more than that because the college football landscape today, some of these coaches are now staying more than 3 years, 4 years, and they're gone. Or they get fired for not doing well within those 3 to 4 years. All right, new coach comes in. So it's tough to say anything about these coaches. If I had to give it a grade, I would give it a C+ because that's honestly, I feel like, a fair evaluation of all these coaches. Now, granted, there are some of the coaches that have been hired this offseason. I think the outskirts of it looks good. But we'll see if it turns out to be a good hire.
We don't usually go national on this podcast, but I just want to get your opinion really quick of the two hires, Lincoln Riley to USC and oh my God, I'm blanking on his name right now.
Brian Kelly?
Brian Kelly. I almost said Chip Kelly. Oof. Brian Kelly to LSU, which is the better hire?
If I had to pick one, I'm picking Lincoln Riley to USC.
Me too.
USC has been down for a decade plus. They haven't
It's been
been
a long
good
time.
since, honestly, Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart, and company, and under Pete Carroll. They've had coaches.
Piece of crap. Maybe he'll go back.
Pete Carroll?
Yeah, maybe they'll have a fire sale at the end of the year since they're so bad, and he'll go back.
They'll trade Russell Wilson for that.
You want DK Metcalf? Saw it on Twitter today.
Are you
Here we
talking
go.
about
Here we go.
T-Wigs?
The third
T-Wigs
pick.
pick?
Third pick for
I
DK.
said yes, but after thinking about it, I was like, I don't think I would give it. We have too many needs on the team.
Yeah.
But in regards to Lincoln Riley at Oklahoma, from Oklahoma to USC, that is a move that shows that USC is all in. They are done being second fiddle, third fiddle, fourth fiddle in the Pac-12. They're over it. And honestly, I'm here for it
Me too.
because college football is so much better with USC at the top. It makes it more interesting because it's honestly, the last decade plus, it's been a whole bunch in the Southeast and Ohio State and the 2 years or so with Oregon. Other than that, Texas has been dog crap. Oklahoma's had their chances. They never do anything special with it.
UCLA's been bad. Arizona, all those West
All the
Coast teams
Pac-12
are just terrible.
Every school west of the Texas border, minus Oregon, has been ass, just simply stated.
Yeah.
So now
Nebraska hasn't been good
when
in years.
USC is back, if the USC gets back, I don't want to steal Texas's famous saying.
Yeah.
If USC comes back to what they were, that is going to be one hell of a ride for college football fans because I think college football is better when programs like USC, Florida State, Florida, Alabama, Clemson, Miami are up the top. That would be when college football's back. Granted, it may not happen sometimes, but
and we'll wait and see kind of thing. But I think it also makes like television better too. I mean, who wants to watch a bad UCLA play a bad Stanford? It's just boring football.
Unless you have money involved in the game, you should not be watching that game.
Right, Grant, of course.
But
I
honestly,
never go that route.
Yeah, I do. But watching USC do this, like I said, it shows that they're all in. They are 100% committed to going to try to make it to the college football playoff, and that's their goal. They've got to make that goal because I know Oregon isn't going to keep this up. So we'll see.
We shall. You want to get into some local updates?
Sure.
Why not? In the background, we have the Florida State-Purdue basketball game on right now. You get me with the score update real quick while I pull this up?
Sure thing. 1 second.
What a good guy.
Florida State's down 14.
Ah, man. Well, that is the number 2 team in the country, so.
And we are missing 2 of our starters, so.
Okay, well, that makes me feel even better. So, looking at the college men's basketball standings in the A-Sun, JU's sitting pretty at 3-2. Couple of good wins, couple of okay losses. Most recently, they played. So this is really interesting to me. It did this on the ESPN app too. I don't understand why, but they played the College of Coastal Georgia. But it says that their abbreviation is OFC. College of Coastal Georgia, OFC. Make it make sense. I don't know. They don't even have a page on ESPN. I can't even click on it.
Oh, wow.
But they spanked them 83-54. A great game.
Maybe they should reconsider sports.
I can't remember how to say his name. Osai Osifo is a new player for JU this year, transferring. He's really good. He's been playing really well. He went a perfect 6 for 6 in that game with 14 points.
6 for 6. Reminds me of another GOAT, Michael Jordan.
Nice. I don't think I'd compare him to that. UNF's incredibly, ridiculously tough out-of-conference slate is nearing an end, but they still sit with just 1 win right now against Weber International, but put up 52 points against Kentucky, lost to FIU most recently. They will be playing EAU, Edward Waters, here a local team, very soon. That could be winnable. Carter Hendrickson is probably their best player, and he's continuing to play well this season as well. JU next week, I should say, coming up in a couple days, we'll be playing Charleston Southern. So that'll be a fun game.
And they have a game against Georgia, it looks like, after that.
They do. We need to go to a JU game this year. I mean,
I'm down.
The basketball seems to be good. New coach in town has really changed the culture. My mom actually went to the most recent game and told me that they had all of the players out at a table at midcourt, and they were just signing free autographs. Just like before the game. Usually it's like all business, all hustle. I wonder if it's
because it has anything to do with the NIL deal. So they can give out free autographs maybe or whatnot.
I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't think they would let college athletes give autographs like that. I could be wrong, but it's something to consider.
No, FSU used to all the time. Like we used to go as a family to preseason, like for like Garnet and Gold game or something like that. There was always just a whole session where we get autographs from every player. I got some back there on that football right there. Those are some players that I got at just random events we go to.
Oh, true. Okay. I could be wrong, but definitely interesting that JU does it now.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. I think the coach brings a good culture. I think that this team should be pretty good. So, hats off to Jordan Mincy for what he's been doing so far. Moving along to the Jacksonville IceMen. They've actually improved since last time we talked about them. They played 17 games. They're 8-7, 1-1. So
yeah, they're 6-4. They're 6-4 in the last 10. Is what I'm seeing.
They're still the third best team in the state of Florida, though.
Of course they are. They always will be.
I mean, the Everblades are always good, and the Solar Bears are always good, but they only have 21 points apiece, so they're only 3 points behind, which isn't bad. But last couple games have not been good. Oh, gosh. I thought I was about to get excited here. Oh, wait. No. It doesn't say right. So, beat the Everblades in a shootout. Beat the Everblades in an overtime. And lost to the Everblades in a 3-game series. So, they went 2 of 3.
2 of 1. Yeah, not bad.
Or 2 of 3. Yeah, so they got their next games coming up are against the Solar Bears. They start a 2-game series.
Tomorrow.
Oh, no, never mind. It's one here and one there. So
home and home.
Home and home against the Solar Bears. If you haven't been to a game yet, I highly recommend. As a former employee of the IceMen, they do a lot of fun little gimmicky things, just like they do at Jumbo Shrimp games. It's a lot of fun for all. I recommend going. You can get some Nutty Bavarian, too. You know what that is, Mike?
Say it again, I'm sorry?
The Nutty Bavarian.
Oh, those are so good.
Oh, God, so amazing.
The smell of them, you're just like,
That
you
was
gotta have one.
Best part about coming into work was just to smell the Nutty Bavarian in the arena. But, other than that, I did want to mention that the Jacksonville Barbecue Festival is coming up.
You got
December
my attention.
10th. Yeah, December 10th at Daly's Place. Basically, it's $75. I know it's hefty, but it's all you can eat and drink. And I'm not just talking about like just soda. It's signature cocktails, beer, wine, and all you can eat barbecue. $75. There's VIP tickets available as well. The VIP session is from 5 to 7:30, but the actual event itself takes place from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Again, that is at Daly's Place. You can get your tickets at Ticketmaster. I think it would be a really awesome event. I mean, barbecue is just amazing.
Oh, absolutely. I haven't had barbecue in a while, but that might be a little too steep for me.
Have you been to the new Bearded Pig, like the new location?
No.
I haven't been to the new location at the beach, but I've been to the upgraded location here in San Marco.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice. Really nicely put together. We went after the game. It was packed because, everybody was coming.
The Niners game?
Yeah, all the Niners fans, I guess, used a Google search to find like the best food in Jags or something, and everybody was there. We got lucky and got a table, but a lot of people had to wait. They couldn't put their order in until a table came available. It was wild, but makes me just want some barbecue. Other than that, there's the Chick-fil-A Christmas party that I'll be attending on December 12th. That is not an open invite. That is just what I am going to be doing. You have anything on the horizon, buddy?
I got a few weddings coming up.
Ooh.
No, really nothing. I'm debating going to Boston for the New Year for the Jags Patriots game. Change it up. It also falls on New Year's weekend, so it's like, why not? Why not? But also, I'm like, it's also going to be below freezing.
That's true.
So that's something I got to keep in mind and make sure I'm good with costs and whatnot, and make sure I'm good with PTO for work. But that's TBD. I'm debating it, but we'll see.
I mean, you've been to Pittsburgh for a game.
I've been to Pittsburgh to a playoff game. I've been to the Bucks Stadium for a road preseason game. That didn't really count, obviously.
Hey,
but
still, you went to the stadium, though. You know what the stadium's like.
So, but I've only been to one road game, and that was the Steelers game a few years ago in the playoffs. But that's about it.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever been to a road game, but I think that'd be a great one to go to. I mean, just because of the environment.
That's the thing. It's the environment. It's also New Year's. Change it up. Because I don't think my family's doing anything special.
Be spontaneous.
For New Year's.
I did that a couple years ago when I went to Canada. It was an awesome decision. I mean, granted, it was -40 with wind chills, but it was a really cool experience. And yes, I did say -40. The temperature was like -20, but with the high winds, it was -40. But honestly, anything below 0 is just freaking freezing.
Your body's just like, okay, it's not gonna. You're gonna have to get used to it. So.
You could put on as many layers as you want. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I had those little hand warmer things in my boots.
They don't work.
Didn't matter.
They don't work.
Hit or miss.
I know. I remember the Pittsburgh game.
They work when I don't want them to work. I put them in my pockets because I'm like, I give up. This is stupid. And then my thigh is burning. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, no, I remember the Pittsburgh game, and we put hand warmers. Granted, I wonder if it's because they were hand warmers. We put them in our boots, like, cause it was below 15, 16 degrees.
Yeah.
It didn't work. So I wonder if, because I know I found out there were toe warmers. So I was like, oh, that would have been useful.
Yeah,
so I wonder if
it
depends
nicer.
on the hands and toe, depends on the
Could
part
be.
of the body.
I don't know. We sold them at Academy back in the day, and they sold like crazy for like hunters and stuff. I mean, those people are just sitting still.
Because there's hunting season right now, I believe, or their season's coming up. They rotate. I don't even know.
I don't know. I don't care.
But quick question before we sign off.
Hit me.
What's your favorite Christmas tradition?
Favorite Christmas tradition?
Since we're in the Christmas spirit here soon, if you're not already playing Mariah Carey.
I have a whole Christmas album on my Spotify that I made myself. You do. It has no Mariah Carey on it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the most popular song. So anyway,
I know. I would say probably watching Christmas movies. I've got a pretty big selection that we watch each year. Some that have fallen out of rotation, some that we continue to watch. But I always watch Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas, which no one's ever heard of, but it's a Jim Henson production, so it's got Muppets in it. Kermit the Frog's in it. Like he's like the host, but like
you mean Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Patrick Mahomes. No. Emmett Otter. There's one called The Snowman. That's just really sad. All of the Other Reindeer. Again, not really popular things, but things we watched as a family growing up. And of course, Christmas Story. I'm trying to think. We don't really watch a lot of the mainstream ones. No Home Alone. Fuck that shit. Not a Christmas movie.
Yes, it is.
I mean, okay, not a Christmas movie. Not a good movie, I should say.
Okay, I think it's a good movie, but that's
Die Hard's not a Christmas movie. That's.
I have never seen Die Hard, so I can't comment. But
it's worth watching. It's a good movie, but
I know it's filmed Christmas time, and yeah,
zippity doo. How about yourself?
Favorite Christmas tradition? I don't know because I really don't have a lot of Christmas traditions growing up, other than maybe. Like my mom making these Arabic Christmas cookies, which are so good.
So does that mean you're bringing me one?
Oh, probably, yeah. Once my mom makes them, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I got to know if you're allergic to certain things, but I have to double check the ingredients with my mom. But,
no allergies here. I'm good.
Oh, perfect. But I would say
unless you put fire ants in them, I think I'll be all right.
No, but I'd say my favorite Christmas tradition, if I had to pick one, honestly, just everyone coming back home. Because I remember when I was in Tallahassee, everyone came back home for the Christmas break, seeing friends, seeing family. And granted, last year was tough for a lot of people.
Absolutely.
So this is definitely going to be a different year for a lot of people coming back home. Because some people have not been home over a year and a half, 2 years now. So it's definitely change of pace, but definitely everyone come back home for the holidays. And everyone hopefully will be safe this upcoming holiday season.
Absolutely. And that goes to all of you. So if you come home, if you've been away from a while, please hit up Mike. And myself. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Hit us up. You can come hang out with us. Watch us record a pod. I don't know. Get a beer at Strings.
We'll figure that out in the future. We'll go to Strings and get some beers.
Yeah, we'll have a good time. But this has been fun. It was a good episode, Mike. Appreciate you coming over on short notice and cranking this out real quick. We
blame Florida Blue for making me work till 6:30.
Hey, we're just happy we're able to record for you guys. Thank you. We did a little browsing before the episode and saw that we had 18 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts.
18, 19 5-star reviews.
We appreciate that so much. I mean, obviously one of those is me and probably one of those is you, but
probably.
Hey, every one of you matters. We appreciate you very much. If you don't already, give us a like on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Let's get to 100 Twitter followers by New Year's. We're at like 89 right now.
I was going to say, how many are we at?
89. Tell your friends. Tell your foes. I don't care who you tell. Maybe we'll do a little giveaway once we get to 100. And if you're following, you're automatically in.
Speaking of giveaways, I forgot to give my brother a gallon of sweet tea.
You better do it.
He's gone now, so I have to wait till when he comes back. But yeah, he retweeted an episode a while back ago, and we asked people to retweet it. He was the only one. Granted, I think it was because we sent it so late. Or
my fault.
It was on Keith, but he's definitely one of the few people that retweeted, and he did win, so he does get a shout-out and also a gallon of sweet tea on the account of Skyler, because Skyler did say he would pay for it.
That was Skyler, yeah. He's not here to vouch for it, but we know he did. But, yeah, if you guys retweet it, we love you forever. Any retweet we get is just amazing. I mean, likes are great, too, but retweets really expand that following, and we really want to get to 100 followers if we can. That would be awesome. But
breaking news. Oh, wait, I almost got tricked here. Never mind.
Okay, never mind. We're not even going to bring it up. Didn't happen. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of Dimes on Duval. For Mike Yazji, I'm Keith Manzi signing off. Take care, and we'll talk to you again soon.
changing it up. Fuck Urban Meyer.